Oh, Morphle and the Magic Pets. I remember doing a video, well, not too long ago actually. It was actually pretty recent, but it was about that Disney Jr. not advertising Morphle with those shorts, but man oh man. Man oh man. They're doing promos of it now with the show itself, even though Disney Channel did do these with short form series on advertising, both original and acquired. On Disney Jr., that is. But this right here is just not a good idea to do because, well, it's part of Moonbug. Alright, I might as well start off to say this. Morphle does not work in CGI. It really just does not, in my opinion. And what they're using, they are reusing that same smile. I don't like that. It feels kind of lazy, and I don't get it. If anything, it should have stayed in CGI. It honestly should, well, not CGI, 2D. It honestly should have stayed in 2D animation because it doesn't work in CGI. It honestly just does not work. Some of these frames just look off, and I don't get the point why Disney Jr. just decided to pick it up in the first place, because this is an acquisition by Moonbug. It doesn't really make any sense at that time if they decided to pick up that and not getting something else. Also, there's this one shot that just creeps me out. Oh boy, oh dear. Why does this remind me of that creepy Happy Meal mascot from how long is it? Oh my goodness, that long? So many years ago? That's insane. Oh my god. Okay, I might as well change this because it's just plain creepy. But this right here is just plain cursed. And then you get the little bunny blob himself. It doesn't really work, and I couldn't unsee that he's literally a baby face with arms and legs and bunny ears. And that voice, it's like if you take Elmo and Jar Jar Binks, and then they decided to do a fusion dance, and it went horribly wrong. That's what his voice reminds me of on that promo right there. It really kind of sounded like that, and it just didn't really feel right to me there. Also, there's that exact same shot with that kid. That smile is probably a bit too creepy. It's a bit too creepy in my liking if they just reuse this smile over and over and over. Oh yeah, and Morphle trying to have a trumpet nose. You ain't SpongeBob with that cool flute thing from the intro, Morphle. You just ain't. Moonbug content does not work on linear television because they have their own YouTube channel. Also, they have fast networks. They're on Pluto TV, Tubi, well, not Tubi, Roku channel. They don't need Universal Kids. They don't need Disney Jr. One, I guess I can understand, though I would still feel off about because, well, it's Moonbug. But two? It doesn't really work there on Moonbug there, in my opinion, due to how it would work. If anything, that Morphle show would have worked better on YouTube. And the character designs just do not work in CGI, especially with that weird smile. I do not like that smile that much. It just gives me some mixed thoughts there in the designs. They just don't really work on CGI, in my opinion. When Moonbug, when Cocomelon was on Universal Kids, I honestly thought that I was dreaming, but, the problem is, it was sadly true, and it just brought me to some thoughts. It was like, why? Why should they pick up Cocomelon? If anything, they honestly should have picked up something else. like Turbo Fast, which left Netflix, and it doesn't even have linear TV airings yet. That could have been useful for Universal Kids. They did this before with All Hail King Julian, The Puss in Boots Show, Dragons. It would have worked on Turbo Fast because DreamWorks is owned by NBC Universal. That would have made more sense instead of Cocomelon. And CGI can work if done right. For example, Strawberry Shortcake We're in the Big City with those CGI specials. I gotta admit, they look really good in CGI. And it's one of the examples that it can be done right. It's just that, well, Morphle just does not work in CGI. And also, Disney Junior honestly should have picked up something else. Like Millie Magnificent. That would have been useful for Disney Junior. It is amazing, and I have heard great things about it. Well, the art style is really well done. And I gotta say, it really works in CGI with that style. And for what Disney Junior can do, instead of having Morphle, like a what-if thing, they could have had the short film first of either Disney Junior or even Primetime Disney Channel. And then they can air the series. That would be a pretty good idea if they went on that direction and not getting Morphle from Moonbug. Also, it's done by Novana. And Novana content has had a history with Disney Channel over the years. Like the Zuzus, Hotel Transylvania the series, Brace Face, and oh yeah, Roly Poly Oly was helped by Novana. Roly Poly Oly, one of the most well-known Disney Junior shows / Playhouse Disney shows, helped by Novana from its history. Although Novana is more known for Nick Jr. when it comes to US distribution with stuff like Little Bear and Franklin, this was a special part, and it's a shame that the Roly Poly reboot just had to be canceled. It's just a shame. It honestly would have been useful for them to have that reboot. Some I can understand being scrapped, the Boondocks reboot, which that got canceled due to John Witherspoon, the voice of Granddad, passing away. And even if they had a replacement voice, it just wouldn't be as good as John Witherspoon, at least in my opinion, because he did a fantastic job. But Roly Poly Oly, it would have worked for a reboot. I mean, the series is charming, it's iconic, it's well known. It's such a shame that they decided to scrap this, though. Also, Novana had a success with Millie Magnificent. It sold nearly 800,000 copies in 21 different languages. That is impressive. And it was acquired by so many broadcasters. It was a hit. It would have been useful for Disney Junior. But no, they just decided to go with Morphle. Overall, yeah, that's what's gonna happen with Morphle. They're having promos of the show, not the short form series though, and it's also gonna be on Disney Plus. They honestly should have picked up something else because Morphle would have done better. The CGI series would have done better on YouTube and not Disney Junior. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Are you not that impressed about Morphle? Are you actually kind of interested about it being on Disney Junior, the series, even though the shorts are not advertised, but the show is, as it will be released on March 20th. Anyway, guys, this is Kawaii Life Antonio, signing off. Peace.